Aaron Burnett Out Front, weeknights at 7, only on CNN.
We saw it right after it had touched down, so we're not sure whether the landing gear collapsed after they landed or whether it never came down in the first place. All we saw was a shower of sparks, basically, and the two back landing gears were in fine shape, but we did see wheels from the back landing gear roll down the runway. They had detached from the landing gear after the plane had touched down.
All right, so after the plane had touched down, which is obviously very important, we have a pilot who's going to come on after you to see, the significance of that particular detail, Wyndham. I know you also saw the evacuation. So after you saw the plane land, how far down the runway did it get? And then once you saw it stop, how long till those chutes came out and passengers started getting off?
It made it fairly far down the runway. It seemed like a very well-controlled landing considering the circumstances, but they did land. It looked like they landed on the grass right next to the runway, or they stopped on the grass. It took a while after the plane stopped at the end. It was a good minute and a half, 2 minutes before the chutes were evacuated, and it sounds like there's still people on the airplane right now for whatever reason. That are waiting to get off. There were plenty of NYPD police cars that were in the area on the tarmac. They were the first responders to the incident, and then we saw plenty of fire trucks and other ambulances and NYPD cars that followed after that.
And you did see, do you have any sense of, obviously it would have been hard from where you were, but we're trying to ascertain how many injuries there were. You just saw a lot of ambulances along with other emergency vehicles going to the scene, right?
Yeah, we only saw one slide come out of the rear at first, so it seemed like whether they were just taking their time to get people out or whether they were trying to ascertain what was going on inside the plane, we have no idea, but there was a large group of people that came out first, and then it seemed like there was a slower evacuation after that, so whether they were just trying to figure out what the extent of the injuries were or whether there was something else going on, we don't really know.